this episode, we're going to talk about some of the very nitty-gritty details and very important things that a brand new real estate agent should have. All right, so the big question, I understand that you might be somebody that is planning to come into the real estate industry because we get a lot of inquiries and questions all the time on our social media asking about what are some of the things to take note as a brand new real estate agent, what do I need to prepare before coming into the real estate industry. Some of you guys have already taken the exams, some have not taken the exams, but I think what we want to achieve is to share transparently all the very important things that you need to take note before you dive into the industry. Because I think personally, this is a very important step that you need to take. You need to understand what you're getting into so that you can then decide whether should this be something that you want to invest your career, your time. To us, real estate is a business. It is an art. It is a craft. I think if you're planning very firstly to come into it in a part-time mindset, then you really need to rethink whether should this be like a side hustle or should this really be like a full-time kind of career kind of thing. And we're going to have different episodes talking about different functions of this real estate business. Whether you're a brand new real estate agent or you're a seasoned real estate agent, I believe that some of these nuggets should be quite valuable for you and your career. So let's talk about the first thing. Pertaining to brand new real estate agents, most of the time, the questions that I ask, the very first one is that, can this be a part-time career or should this definitely be a full-time career? I think based on my own opinion and experience and things that I've seen in the past 16 years, a part-time kind of mindset in the real estate industry is very hard to flourish. It's very hard to sustain. A lot of time you'll be struggling with a lot of mindset issues, and at the same time, it's also perception issues that your customers have from you. So let's take two examples. If let's say I'm a consumer and let's say I'm a home seller, and we always like to position ourselves in the shoes of the consumer first before we decide which should be the right decision to make. And why is that important is because the notion about customers being king in the industry is definitely present, and without customers identifying your value, whether is it a perceived value or is it a real value, you cannot survive as a business. The only way to survive as a business is to continually to increase your value to your consumers so that they will continue to trust you and purchase your products and services from you. So let's think from the eyes of a consumer, and then we can see whether we can answer this question about full-time or part-time. All right, so if I'm a home seller, I have my property that I'm planning to sell because let's say I want to upgrade to a bigger property. My first initial instinct is that I want to find the top agent, and I want to find a very competent agent with a good track record. Maybe if let's say I'm staying in the condominium project, I want to find out who is that one agent or that few agents that has a great level of experience in selling properties in my condo or in some of the surrounding condos in my district, because I want to see somebody with a proof of work, with social proof. I want to see whether his or her past customers are happy with their service. I want to see what kind of marketing tools do they have, what kind of content they will create for my property. And at the same time, I also want to see if they are available to take on my project, because I don't want to engage somebody, sign an exclusive contract with them for 3 to 4 months, and then after that, they say that, hey, I got no time to bring people to look at my property. So we're looking for a few things as a consumer. I want somebody with attention to details, available in terms of their capacity, experience in terms of what they can do for my place, exposure in terms of marketing, content, and branding for my property. And most importantly, I want somebody that can also walk me through this journey as a consumer so that I can just hand over this entire project to this professional individual, and then I can focus on my family and my own profession. So that is the mindset of every consumer that is buying a product or service. Because as a consumer for a product or service, I don't want to be the project manager for the marketing of my home. I mean, if I want to be involved, then why do I need to pay a professional fee to a profession to sell my place? I definitely want a kind of like a hands-off experience, but at the same time, I also want to be assured that this 3 to 4 months, there are solid work, professional work that will be done, taking care of my interests. So with this backdrop of a consumer having this expectation and mindset, then we will be able to decide and see whether a part-time model in the real estate business or full-time model works. Because if in this context, definitely a part-time model wouldn't work, whether in the short or long run, because in the first place, a consumer is savvy. I will be able to find out as a consumer whether this agent is a part-time agent or full-time agent. Firstly, I can look at the track records this agent have. I can go to CA website to look at how many transactions have been done. I can go to property portals to see how many properties they have or they are currently marketing and selling. I can go to YouTube to look at how many content they have created. I can Google them. I can do tons of things, right? The moment I kind of suspect that they might be a part-time agent, then instantaneously my confidence level will drop. And I would think and ask myself, should I award my project to a part-time agent or full-time agent? Why should I put the risk of my property in the hands of a part-time agent? Because I definitely want to sell at the fastest amount of time, and I want to sell at the maximum value that my property can fetch in this 3 to 4 months, so that I can then use my proceeds to move on to a bigger place. Because if the market is moving upwards, maybe the bigger property is appreciating much faster than my current property. I need to move that fast. So these are all the key considerations. And then coming back to a mindset of potential candidate to come into the real estate industry is that, do you want to come into this business to succeed?
Revolutionizing real estate research. Introducing Disparity Effect. Unlock the pulse of the real estate market, your gateway to the latest unrivaled insights on condo, HDB, and landed price trends. Explore up-to-the-minute property price indexes and real estate transaction volumes, offering a comprehensive view of current market dynamics. Analyze the impact of and decipher macro market forecasts for informed decisions. Comparative pricing analysis filtered by property type, region, lease, and districts for precision investment strategies. Gain an edge with our exclusive charts developed through PLB's proprietary frameworks. Real estate research like never before. Accessible now at disparityeffect.com.
If you want to come into this business to succeed, why are you thinking of it as a part-time model? And why are you not thinking of it as a full-time model? We're going to talk about things that goes behind the scenes as a professional in this industry, whether you are an entrepreneur, you're somebody that is in the real estate industry, or you are an artist in the creative media industry. So we're going to talk about all this nitty-gritty detailed mindset. So sometimes I need to put a disclaimer right here is that I hope that you're not offended if I'm a little bit too direct and straightforward, because these are meant to help you and we want to grow together in this journey. Okay, so let's come back. The thinking should be, why am I having 2 feet on 2 sides of the bridge, right? So if I'm having a full-time job right now, in the first place, if you're already thinking about dabbling into the real estate industry, why do you still want to have both your feet on each side of the river, right? Like having a full-time job, having a part-time kind of thing in real estate, and how long are you going to do this? If, let's say, example, you are saying that, hey, Mel, I'm going to do this for 6 months because I need a little bit of certainty, then I think that's fine, because you can take that 6 months for a learning journey, but you need to set a commitment on a full exit to come into the real estate business fully. So it can be a side hustle for a little while, but it cannot sustain for years, because sooner or later, either you're going to burn out or you're not going to be able to succeed, because every time the seller and buyers that you're working with, the moment that they find you're a part-time agent, they instantly lose confidence. They'll award the project to a full-time agent. So this is my take. What about you? You can leave maybe some comments in the comments down below, and then we can chat as well.